wanted to talk about triggers today and what they are and how we can kind of move through them in a way so that we're not getting triggered by other people. On my path, when something has triggered me, usually it feels like they did this, it's their fault. And you want to point the finger at them, right? Like, I'm not feeling good. They said this, they're doing this, it's their fault. But what I have found is that these triggers are really more about me than they are anyone that's triggering me. Let me explain a little bit more. One time, somebody told me, maybe not exactly in this way, but that I took it as they were telling me that I was like, that I stunk. And I really got offended. Like, how could you say this? I didn't think I stunk. But then why would them saying that even trigger me? If I knew I didn't, then it's like someone telling me, oh my gosh, you are a fat, lazy cow. I would just say, that's funny because I know I'm not. So why was this even triggering me? And that's what we have to ask ourselves, like, why is something triggering me? And what I realized when that person said it was someone that was obviously really close to me. If it was someone that wasn't as close to me, maybe it wouldn't have triggered me so much. But it was someone that, I was really, really close to that said that. And so I took it personally at first. And then I spoke to someone about it, one of my teachers, and they told me that it was me, that I was that I had to look inward. So anytime we're pointing a finger at someone else, there's three fingers pointing back at us. And what is it about whatever someone is saying or doing that is bothering us that we feel the need to point it at them and make it about them and not us? So in that process, I realized that there was some layer or level of myself that I needed to go in and love more. Otherwise, whatever this person said to me would not even affect me, wouldn't faze me. And so I've been working on that and working through this process. And I know I'm getting better because recently another person who is really close to me said some very, very, what one would consider mean things. My child, they were upset and saying some things like, you're not my mother, and all, just some really, they were acting out in anger, obviously, and projecting their anger out at me. And this time, it didn't trigger me at all. Like, I just had this like beautiful bubble up, and whatever they were throwing at me was just like bouncing off. I was just sitting there listening and going, okay, all right. None of those words penetrated my bubble. I didn't get triggered. Why? Because I have done enough work to realize that most often people, when they're saying something, they're just projecting. They're projecting their own bullshit, and I don't have to accept it or take it. And the more I love myself and really know who I am and my intentions, people can say whatever they want. They can think whatever they want. And if they project their bullshit onto me, it doesn't faze me. And that is coming from such an empowered place when you can move through life and have people saying negative things, whatever it is, and it doesn't faze you. It's like that saying, sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words will never hurt me. And often we let words hurt us. We allow them to. We accept what someone else, if they're throwing their gunk on us or whatever it is, we take that and go, oh, I can't believe that. That must be true. They said that about me. But when you get to a place where you understand that people are projecting, and if someone has a belief, it doesn't mean that it needs to be your belief or whatever it is. You stand so firm in your knowing who you are, then no trigger or you remove the triggers. You're like have removed all the fuses on your body, right? My ex-husband used to know exactly how to trigger me. He would tell me, that I wasn't a good mom, or oh, I can't believe he said that. Like now if he said that, I would just laugh. I know it's not true. I know it's not. So if someone's going to say something like that, it's not going to get through my little bubble. Now, if there was some little truth in what they said and I didn't want to accept it, then maybe that would trigger me. But I am aware enough about myself and my process and how, I react out in the world to know that if I'm getting triggered, I need to go inward and figure out why. Why is this triggering me? What is it? Is there some truth to it that I need to heal, or what, and if it's not true, who cares what they say? Like when my son was saying those things, I really didn't care. It didn't faze me. My daughter was listening and she's like, oh my gosh, Mom, you handled that really well. Well, because I knew it wasn't true. It didn't faze me at all. And so that's something that we can practice, right? We can practice with our triggers. Stop, realize, recognize when you get a trigger, you have this fuse and someone pokes at it. Okay, where did this come from? Where did this belief come from? Do I really believe it? Why do I believe it? Can I let this belief go? And then you can remove all the fuses so that nobody can trigger you anymore. It's such a beautiful practice. It really is. And the more you can release any trigger, the more you become really unfuckwithable. Like your energy is just like solid, Anyone can say anything, whatever, it's not going to faze you. It's very, very empowering. So I encourage you all to see triggers for what they are. They're opportunities for you to go inward, deeper, and heal whatever it is, a belief, an old trauma, whatever it is that's caused that you've let this fuse stay in your body that someone is able to trigger, and drop them. Drop those triggers. I promise you will have so much more peace and joy every day in your life when you can do that. So much love to all of you.